We welcome you to Beasley Coliseum in Pullman, Washington for Pac-12 basketball on a Friday afternoon, and our Friday afternoon matinee features the Washington State University Cougars continuing their homestand, and for a third consecutive game at Beasley Coliseum, the Cougars will be facing off against a top 10 team. Twice last week they took on the Stanford Cardinal. Now today they will tangle with the UCLA Bruins, who are ranked 5th in the country. The Bruins and Cougars played once just a little shy of 3 weeks ago in Los Angeles, and it was the Cougars who fell behind big in the fourth quarter, but then Charlize Ledger-Walker and the Cougars would start to mount a comeback. They would come all the way back and end up forcing overtime in that contest, as it was the Cougs again getting to overtime, but Charisma Osborne would start to take over for the Bruins as she finished with 28 points. Hit a bunch of clutch shots, especially in the extra session, and with that, the UCLA Bruins ended up with a 68-66 victory over the Cougars. Meanwhile, in that game, Bella Murakatate had a pretty good game with a double-double for Washington State, and she was even better than that on her last outing against Stanford last Friday when she put up 17 points, a career high. She also finished with 7 rebounds. Meanwhile, for the Cougs and the Bruins, we get ready for action here today. It's the Cougs who are looking for a big Pac-12 win. They're 6-6 in the conference, 8-6 overall, taking on the Bruins, who are 10-2 and 8-2 in the conference. Pac-12 basketball next on Pac-12 Plus. How can they keep that resume going and stay in? Obviously, a win over the Bruins here this afternoon would be huge, as the ball in the air. The tip won by Washington State. And we get this one underway from Beasley Coliseum on a Friday afternoon. Welcome to February basketball, everybody. As it is Charlize Ledger-Walker coming off a screen, finds herself open, fires a three and buries it. And Charlize Ledger-Walker right away for the Cougars. And then 15 seconds, and they draw first blood. It's 3-0 in favor of the Cougars. At the top of the key is Corsaro. She's looking over the Cougar defense, which is matched up. Tedder all over Corsaro. Will get the pass off to Cho out high on the left. Looks up at the clock, 10 left. Corsaro now starting to penetrate in. Little hanger, that one's up and good for Lindsay Corsaro. So she'll pick up her first two. It's 3-2 Washington State as each team successful on their opening possession. Charlize out at the head of the key, out on her Onion Wede. So that's a little bit of respect by the Bruins. Now they'll try and feed it inside to, this time, Bella on a screen and roll, but Michaela was able to cover it and get her hand up and deflect it. Now Osborne brings it the other way for the Bruins. Stops at the three-point arc, fires one up, and that one good for Charisma Osborne. So Osborne hits the triple, 5 straight points for the Bruins. Again, Charisma, 28 points in the overtime win in Pauley a little less than 3 weeks ago. Pass goes over to the left wing to Johanna Tedder. She's going to start the dribble and has it out near the head of the key as she directs traffic there. Bella comes over for the screen. Now they'll pass it into the corner to Ula Matuga. Looked at a three, but instead will put it to the deck. Goes in, puts up a shot, a little bit of contact, won't go, and then ultimately Bella trying to reach around Cho to come with the rebound, but couldn't grab a handle on it. It's loose, and Lauren Miller ultimately with the board for the Bruins. Miller passes off to Cho over here at the left wing. Onion Wede trying to post up. Instead, they'll pass into the corner to Corsaro, and Onion Wede will take over. Now she'll pass over, and they get it to Cho on the far sideline. Back to Miller at the three-point arc. Now Corsaro's got it. Shot clock down to 6 here. Onion Wede comes for the screen, trying to get it to her on the screen and roll, and then the ball ultimately out of bounds as Onion Wede unable to keep it in play, and it's a turnover for the Bruins. Seen a few bumps here and there, and as long as they're consistent on it, I'm fine. They're letting them play here in the first couple of minutes, trying to get this game into a rhythm. Motuga over to the left wing to Tedder. She's going to now go over to the far corners, and Cougs trying to have a little more motion on offense. Motuga going to go baseline. Will try and put up a lay-in, but can't get it to go in traffic. Ends up out of bounds. And I say it last touch of Charlize Ledger-Walker. First substitution of the game, as in will come Maya Dotson for the Bruins, and she'll check in. Meanwhile, departing for the Bruins is going to be Miller, so Dotson for Miller. Corsaro getting it to, this time, Charisma Osborne, who got the step on Charlize Ledger-Walker, and a reverse layup for Charisma. And after the Cougars got the opening 3 seconds in, the Bruins have come back to score 7 in a row over the last 2.5 minutes, and the Cougars haven't scored since that opening 3. Charlize Ledger-Walker over at the left wing. Will swing one to Krista Ledger-Walker. Her triple's on the way and a little bit short. And the rebound comes down to Charisma Osborne. She'll race it the other way. Nobody's stopped her yet. Now Ula, the last line of defense, but Charisma attacks her and puts it up and in off the glass. So Charisma off to another tremendous start. 7 first quarter points. 9 in a row for the Bruins. They now lead at 9-3. Motuga's got it over to Charlize Ledger-Walker. She's going to drive on Onion Wede, and a foul going to be called on Michaela for the handshake. First foul of the game against Onion Wede. It comes with 6:39 left to play in the opening period. Meanwhile, Chantel Horlock going to check in. She'll come in for Cho. And the ball will be inbounded over on the sideline by Ula Motuga. 3-point line extended. Cougs have gone 3-10 without a basket. Well, the Bruins have gone on this 9-0 run. And it's 9-3 UCLA up as the 5th-ranked team in the country visiting the Palouse. Krista Ledger-Walker will kick out to Charlize. 3-ball, corner pocket. That one good. So a couple of threes for Charlize. And the 6-point Bruin lead cut in half. It's now 9-6 UCLA with 6:20 and counting left to play here opening period. Near side, Bessois puts up the shot. That's going to be off the mark, no good. Down with the rebounds, Horvat. She's going to take it out beyond the arc. Looking inside for Onion Wede, but didn't deliver to her. Now she will take over. She'll put up a 3 of her own. And that one good from Michaela Onion Wede. Well, if she can develop that shot on a consistent basis, she'll excel at the next level. Meanwhile, Charlize on the other end, a 3, but that one will worm away, and Onion Wede down with the rebound. She will come in transition, stop it and pop it, and oh, it does a little 720 and ends up popping and spinning out, and then a rebounding foul whistled against the Bruins. Foul's going to go on Dodson. She'll pick up her first. Meanwhile, Corey Close continuing to shuffle bodies in and out early on here for the Bruins. Meanwhile, for the Cougs, their original 5 have gone the entire distance, but Grace Sober going to become the first Cougar substitution as she's checking in. Cougs have gone a week without a game. Their last game Friday when they took on Stanford. Tedder to Charlize Ledger-Walker. Now out top it comes to Ula Motuga. To the free throw line, Charlize, another 3-ball. She's found her rhythm. Charlize Ledger-Walker. Third 3 of the opening 10 minutes. And it's now 12-9 UCLA as Chris Osborne on the other end. That one off the heel of the rim, no good. Ball comes down to Bella Murakatate and the Cougars. A chance to tie with another triple or get within 1 with the 2. Charlize gives it to Krista Ledger-Walker. She's going to drive in, looking to kick. Finds Charlize again wide open, but that one's going to miss. Heat check, but unfortunately it was an air ball and ends up out of bounds for the Cougs. Well, 4:55 to play. Opening period from Pullman. It's the Bruins 12 and the Cougars 9, and we'll be back in just a bit. This is Cougar basketball from Learfield, IMG College. Remaining here in our opening period, and how about Charlize Ledger-Walker was not as involved as she wanted to be, or the Cougars wanted her to be against Stanford last week, but getting 5 shots early and is connected on 3 from beyond the arc and has got all 9 of the Cougar points. Again, the freshman from New Zealand, the leading scorer for the Cougars, coming into this contest, averaging just under 18 points per game and already has half that amount in the first 5 minutes of the contest. Meanwhile, Charisma Osborne, 7 of the 12 points for UCLA, and the Bruins a 12-9 lead as Osborne brings it into front court and gets a good screen from Miller. Out to the top it'll come, now over to Cho. They try and get it inside, but it's off the leg of Charlize Ledger-Walker, and the kick will give it to UCLA on the baseline. 20 left on the shot clock, 4:44 left to play here in what is our opening period. 12-9 Bruins as the 5th-ranked Bruins in Pullman this afternoon. Cho goes to the high post, on her way down the lane, but a whole lot of room there for Dodson, so he kicks it back out to Cho, and she'll hit. So Cho joins the 3-point party, and it's now 15-9. 3 threes for Charlize Ledger-Walker, and that also becomes the third 3 for the Bruins, and they're up by a half a dozen. It's 15-9. This is Grace Sarver, who checked in during the media timeout. Tries to get it to Bella. She does, working against Dodson, and tried to squeeze a pass and thread the needle to Charlize, but Cho the last to touch her. And it will stay with the Cougars. Onyenwere back in, and that means Beth Swab will head to the bench. Meanwhile, Crystal Ledger-Walker will trigger in for Washington State and gives it to Charlize on the baseline. She'll dribble it back out to the wing before giving it to Ula at the head of the key. Tries to pass off to Serber, but getting a piece of it, Swan with the shot clock all the way down to 1. He put up that ends up with an air ball, and it ends up a turnover for Washington State. That'll be their second. The Bruins have turned it over once. So far, the Bruins 6 out of 9 shooting, almost 67%. Well, the Cougars are 3 out of 8, 38% in the opening 6 minutes in this one. 15-9, Bruins by a half a dozen as Osborne gives it to Onyenwere. She'll get it to Cho, fakes the 3, back to Michaela. Onyenwere going to go baseline against Matuga, but got cut off, and out it will come to the top of the key once again. Onyenwere trying to set a screen, but Osborne either didn't want to use it or didn't recognize it. Now Cho off the screen finds Charisma Osborne. Shot clock down to 2. There was a turnaround jumper, and that's a thing of beauty for Michaela Onyenwere, a mid-range turnaround jumper. She's got 5. The Bruins now by 8 as the Cougars feed it inside to Bella. She's going to put it up, but there to challenge Lauren Miller. Cougars on the coaching sidelines wanted a foul. Didn't think that Miller was straight up with it. And now the Bruins will try and feed it inside. Knocked aside by Matuga, but back out it comes to Osborne. She'll set up the play and brings it to Corsaro near side. Goes into the corner to Miller, finds Onyenwere on the low post, and she'll put one up that rattles off. And Bella Murakatate there for the rebound. 3 minutes and counting. Cougs last 3 from Charlize Ledger-Walker about 2.5 minutes ago of game action. Charlize has it between the circles and will pass off to Grace Sorber. Sorber tries to get it to Motuga, knocked out of bounds with 13 left to shoot and 2:44 left to play in this opening period. Well, it'll be Ula Motuga coming out as Emma Nankervis comes in. Also checking in for Washington State will be Sherilyn Molina. It'll be Charlize Ledger-Walker to inbound here for the Cougars. As she'll bring it in to Sherilyn, who's now running the point, and it's down to 10 on the shot clock. 8 to work as she penetrates in, gives it to Crystal Ledger-Walker. Wanted to shoot, but didn't have the room. Now we're down to 2, down to 1. Nankervis puts one up and hits the rim and gets a nice little friendly roll over the top of the rim for Emma Nankervis. First 2 for her, and it's a 17-11 Bruin lead as they feed Onyenwere one more time, and she is showing off her mid-range game in Pullman today. Osborne had the 7 early, but Onyenwere has caught her. She's got 7. They've got 14 of the 19. Meanwhile, Charlize Ledger-Walker a little zipsy-doo and goes up with the left-handed layup. Charlize Ledger-Walker now to double digits. She's got 11. And it's a 13-19 game. The Cougs down by 6. Osborne steps back, puts up the 3. That's going to go off the rim. Onyenwere was on the back of Nankervis, but they'll just call it out of bounds off of her hand, and it will be Cougar basketball. Nice little move inside from Charlize on that last bucket. We've seen her with the 3 triples, and now some crafty move in the interior for the freshman. Sorber's got it between the circles, right around the Cougar logo, and will deliver to Crystal Ledger-Walker on the right side out in front of head coach Corey Close. Starts to work with the left-handed dribble. Takes it into the paint. He's going to run out of real estate there, so brings it back outside to Sorber, who penetrates in. Down to 3 to shoot. Down to 2. Grace all the way to the bucket, but had everything but the finish there. Left it short on the reverse lay-in with the left hand. UCLA comes away with the rebound. Osborne to Cho. Her triple's on the way and is heavy off the back of the rim. Nankervis has secured the rebound. Charlize Ledger-Walker hit the deck and is a little late to get up, but now the Cougars back up the court in transition. Minute to play in the quarter. Bruins by a half a dozen, and a nice cut by Sherilyn Molina, but can't cash in on the lay-in. That's 2 lay-ins that could have brought the Cougars to within 2, but instead missed, and it stays a 6-point game, and now it jumps out to 3 with the Dodson 3. So the 3-pointer from Dodson, and it's now 9 points the advantage for the Bruins with just over a half a minute to play in the opening quarter. Charlize Ledger-Walker going to try and answer, and she does with a triple of her own. So she'll join her sister, who already has 3 trays. Crystal has her first, and it brings the Cougs again to within 6. Now the Bruins to work for the final shot of the opening period with the shot clock turned off. Pass comes to the high post, and Bessois will hand off to Cho with still 8 left to shoot. Now it goes over to Osborne for the three-pointer. Rimming off, no good. Rebound to Crystal Ledger-Walker. Pushes ahead to Sarver. She's going to try and put up a shot, but is going to be whistled for a little hop after she received the basketball. A little ticky-tacky, but I get it. She did take a hop in there. And with .2 remaining, the Bruins will inbound, and that'll take us to the end of the quarter. All right, 10 minutes in the books in Pullman. The 5th-ranked UCLA Bruins. It's been their big duo. Charisma Osborne with 7. Michaela Onyenwere with 7. Meanwhile, Charlize Ledger-Walker was held to single digits in both games against Stanford. She's got 11 to lead the way for the Cougars. It's 22-14. We'll make it 22-16 UCLA. Again, after 10 minutes, the UCLA Bruins a 22-16 lead. Michaela Onyenwere in that second half of the opening period showing off some moves and some mid-range jumpers that is going to show why she is going to play at the next level. This conference has sent some fine young ladies to play at the next level in the WNBA. And Onyenwere, I'm sure, will be high up on a lot of people's wish list coming when she departs Westwood. Cougs all hanging in, down by 6 against the 5th-ranked team in the country as we start the second quarter. The Bruins, 9 out of 16, 56% as a turnover, and Onyenwere is going to pick up her second personal. Cougs did not commit a foul in an opening period, and now just a little bit of foul trouble here for Onyenwere. She's the only player in the game who's got 2. As a matter of fact, Dodson's the only other player, period, who has a foul. There was only 2 fouls whistled in that opening quarter, both against the Bruins, and now an offensive foul against Onyenwere. Sherilyn Molina drives in, now kicks it out to Charlize Ledger-Walker. A little crowded, now everybody departs, and Charlize puts one up from 3, but it's off the heel of the rim, and the rebound comes down to UCLA. Onyenwere starts to back her way in before kicking out to Corsaro. Now comes over near side to Horvat, who goes into the corner to Miller. Miller directing traffic there, wants somebody to come and help those arrive in the form of Darius, who kicks over into the near side. And the 3 from Horvat's off on an offensive board for the Bruins. Bruins did win the battle of the boards in the opening period, 10-6. It's now 11-6. And it is now the Bruins with it as they feed it inside to Onyenwere, trying to get in front of that pass with Charlize Ledger-Walker, but when she didn't, that left a wide open alleyway to the bucket, and Michaela will not miss from there. She's got 9. Meanwhile, Crystal Ledger-Walker all the way down. A little bit of a bump as she goes up with it, missed the shot. Gives it to Nankervis, who'll put it up from 10, left it short. Nankervis with an offensive rebound. Now Crystal Ledger-Walker fires a 3, and it's good. 5 threes from the Ledger-Walker sisters, 3 from Charlize, and that one corner pocket from Crystal Ledger-Walker, and it's a 5-point game. Horvat going over to the right side to Darius. Now comes to Miller, posting up inside Horvat, but they don't get it to her. Instead, Onyenwere from 3, and it's off the mark. Crystal Ledger-Walker tips the rebound to herself and brings it up court. Stops at the top of the key. Now to the free throw line. We'll put one up from 15, and that one good. So Crystal Ledger-Walker with 5 quick points. She now has 8 in the contest, and the Cougs have made this a one-possession game. 24-21 UCLA, just over 2 minutes gone by second quarter. With the ball out high on the right, with it is Corsaro. Now it comes near side to Darius. Back out to the top of the key. It goes to Michaela Onyenwere. She's going to drive in, take a shot from the right elbow, but left it short. Rebound to Crystal Ledger-Walker. Here come the Cougs on the run. Grace Sarver filling an alley, takes it strong to the bucket, and a foul whistled on Lindsay Corsaro. And Grace Sarver will head to the foul line. The Cougs getting out in transition that time after the missed bucket. And we'll send Grace Sarver to the free throw line. Grace, now in her sophomore season for the Cougars, out of West Seattle High School over in Seattle. And she is heading to the line, averaging a 1.5 per contest for the Cougars so far this season. Hasn't been to the line too often, only 5 free throws so far on the season for Grace. All right, 2 free throws here to try and close the gap. And the first one on the way, and that one's up and good. So the Cougs with a little run here over the last minute plus. They've closed the gap by 7. This to try and make it an 8-0 run for Washington State. That one's up and good as well, so Sarver connects on both. And it's a 1-point game, 24-23, thanks to the 8-0 run for Washington State. And now Johanna Tedder comes back in for the Cougars. Here's Osborne. They'll switch. Tedder will take over, but past her goes Osborne all the way to the bucket. Not just good enough defense against the premier player. And Osborne up to 9 points, and the lead back out to 3 for the Bruins, and that stops an 8-0 Cougar run. 7 1/4 left to play here before the half, and a pass inside to Bella. She collects, sets, puts up a shot. A little bit of contact with Miller. Won't go. Motuga saves it in, and it's knocked out of bounds. The last touching to Lauren Miller. Meanwhile, Corey Close demonstrating something for Alicia Murray. Perhaps thought that there was a travel in there from the Cougars. Maybe thinking that Bella caught it and then took the hop. Saw that called right before the half on Grace Sarver in transition. Molina's got it between the circles for the Cougs. The shot clock down to 12. Sends it up to the top of the key to Crystal Ledger-Walker. Starts to drive in. Now Motuga with it, faking the 3. She'll go into the paint. Fakes the pass and puts it up, but they're going to say that she took an extra step in there. So that's a travel and a turnover for Washington State. Only a couple of turnovers so far for the Bruins. Meanwhile, for the Cougars, that becomes their 4th. It's been a relatively clean opening 13 minutes plus for these two teams. Horvat's got it. Will hand off to Charisma Osborne. Puts one up in some traffic in the lane and gets the teardrop to go. So she's to double digits. Charisma's got 11, and the Bruin lead is at 5, 28-23. They again feed it inside the Bella, and the defense collapses on her, so she'll pass back out. Sherilyn Molina with it again out at the top of the key as Bella comes over for the screen. They get it to her on the screen, and Rowland takes it strong to the bucket to lay it up and in. Bella, who had a double-double when they played in Pauley, has her first 2 today, and meanwhile Charisma Osborne forcing the issue. She'll put up a shot, and a foul whistled on the Cougars. And it took 13 minutes and 55 seconds, but Crystal Ledger-Walker will pick up the first foul for Washington State. Pretty little play on the back end on the screen and roll that Bella was able to bank in. Again, she had 17, a career high on Friday against Stanford. And again, the last time these two teams played in Los Angeles, Bella had a double-double. Of course, Charisma Osborne on that day had 28 to lead the way for the Bruins. She's averaging a little over 18 points per game. 84% free throw shooter, but she has a rare miss at the free throw line on her first attempt. Now she gets ready for her second free throw, studies the rim, snaps that one up there, and that one's up and good. Haven't had a lot of free throws, even haven't had a lot of fouls. Sarver went 2 for 2 from the line, and now Osborne 1 for 2, and those are the only free throws that have been shot so far. UCLA by 4, just under 6 to play here in the second quarter. Crystal Ledger-Walker takes a pass that was intended for her. She had to go chase it down. Now they get it to Bell again on a screen and roll. She's going to go up and under this time, and got the friendly roll past Bessoir, or actually check that pass Dodson. So Bella, another move in the post, got around the defender and put it up and in. She's got 4. Miller's got it. Little follow-away shot from 10 that rattles out, and Tedder comes away with the rebound. Cougars down by 2 here, 29-27, but a chance to tie or take the lead with the 3. They let it when it was 3-0. That was their only lead so far here today. Meanwhile, a double dribble by Crystal Ledger-Walker. Thought for a moment she might get away with it, but she didn't. Alicia Murray there to whistle it dead and the turnover. Well, sister for sister here. Charlize Ledger-Walker will check in as Crystal Ledger-Walker will check out. Again, Charlize already to double digits today. She's got 3 threes and 11 points. Pass inside, too high and too hot for Charisma Osborne to haul in. So after the Cougars had their 5th turnover, that'll become the 3rd for the Bruins here in the opening half. Approaching the midway point of quarter number 2, and it's a 2-point game in Pullman between the Cougs and Bruins, who went to overtime the last time they faced off at Pauley Pavilion a few weeks ago. Sherilyn Molina, a little burst of speed past the defender, didn't finish, and the rebound comes down to UCLA as Bessoir brings it across the timeline. Not sure why I'm thinking Bessoir is wearing 11. She's not. That again was Dodson. My apologies. Over it goes now to Osborne for three. That one rimming away. Show in traffic with the rebound. Saves it in. Miller attacking. Puts it up. Won't go, but a foul whistled against Washington State. Squeeze between two defenders, and they're going to select Sherilyn Molina as the guilty party. She'll pick up her first. So a pair of free throws for UCLA when we come back to Pullman at Beasley. It's a 2-point game. Just past the midway point of the second quarter. The fifth-ranked Bruins leading 29-27. You're listening to Cougar Women's Basketball from Learfield IMG College. Return to action. Cougars, when it comes to the opening quarter, we're trailing the UCLA Bruins. But the Cougars doing a better job here in the second period. And with that, again, Washington State has made it a 2-point game here. Ledger Walker's sisters so far 19 of the 27 points for the Cougars, 11 for Charlize, meanwhile 8 for Crystal Ledger Walker. Meanwhile, as we return, Lauren Miller finds herself at the free throw line after the foul on Sherilyn Molina. Lauren Miller so far this season averaging just over 6 per game for the Bruins, misses her first free throw. Miller so far on the season a little better than half of her free throws, 56% for the senior out of Kirkwood, Missouri, but misses them both this trip, and the rebound comes down to Ula Matuga. That one went halfway down before it crawled out. Ula waiting for it, so another opportunity for the Cougs to tie or perhaps take the lead. Pass inside to Charlize Ledger Walker on a nice cut, and a good feed from Johanna Tedder. So the Cougars have come back to even things up. It's 29 apiece as a three from Dotson draws nothing but air. So now the Cougars a chance to claim a lead that they have not had since they were up 3-0, 15 seconds in on a three-pointer from Charlize Ledger Walker. And now we're all level with 4 and change left to play here second quarter. Sherilyn Molina out high on the left for the Cougars. We'll look to the top of the key to Tedder. She's going to start the drive. A little stop-and-go move. Lost it, and it's out of bounds off of you. And that'll be the 6th turnover of the day for Washington State. Crystal Ledger Walker, who's got no problem going 35 to 40 minutes. As a matter of fact, went 50, I think, in the double overtime game. I'm not sure if she ever came out of that game, but I think it was 50 minutes for her against the Beavers. They may have rounded that up, but I don't ever remember Crystal taking any time off in that game, so a rare break for her. Meanwhile, a shot by Dotson, blocked away, and an even better save to keep it in play by Bella Murikatate. Up court, Tedder for 3. That one's off the mark, no good. And it'll head back over to the Bruins. Big defensive stop there from Bella, then an athletic play, and what's even better is Bella having the awareness to know not only the block, but to go and chase it as it was on its way out of bounds and keep it in play to cause the turnover. Bruins back with it, though. Firing up a 3 is Osborne, and it's off the mark. And Ula Matuga does a good job of sealing off Horvat to come away with the rebound. Meanwhile, the Cougars in transition. Not a whole lot there as UCLA gets back. Now they feed it into Bella. She's going to go to work, and the Cougars have their first lead since it was 3-0. 3 and change left to play second quarter, and the Cougars now up by a couple on the 5th-ranked team in the country. Horvat at the left elbow. Will hand off to Cho at the head of the key. She's going to drive in and down the lane, but has nowhere to go. So we'll circle it back out to the three-point line. Comes out to the head of the key to Corsaro with 7 left to shoot. Trying to get around Charlize Ledger Walker. That was a failed attempt. Goes into the corner. 3 on the way from Horvat. No good. And there with the rebound is Ula Matuga. Cho ends up hitting the duck. The Cougars in transition. Crystal Ledger, or make it Charlize Ledger Walker back out top to Ula Matuga. She'll give it now to Charlize Ledger Walker at the three-point arc. Little burst of speed to the hoop, off balance, left-hander, dances home for Charlize Ledger Walker. She's got 15, and a timeout taken by Corey Close. The Cougs on an 8-0 run, and it's a 4-point Washington State lead in Pullman. Great drive to the hoop, left-hander dances home for Charlize Ledger Walker, and the Cougars a 33-29 lead here at Beasley. Bella Murakatate with a half a dozen second quarter points. And Krista Ledger-Walker, kind of the engine that drives the offense, also with a few points of her own here in the quarter. So again, Charlize leading the way for the Cougs with 15. Meanwhile, it's Charisma Osborne with 13 for the Bruins. Actually make it 12. I gave her an extra point that she doesn't have. She's got it now at the three-point arc as we're down to 2:05 left to play first half, as Onion Wedde going to try and turn around this run. As she puts up a shot, just got it over Bella and gets it to dance home. So Onion Wedde to double digits herself. She now is up to 11. And it's 33-31, Washington State by 2 with 1:45 to play before intermission. And with the ball is Bell at the head of the key, out on her Horvat. Bounces it to Tedder, who will have it. She's going to drive on Onion Wedde and put one up from the left elbow, and hitting the mid-range jumper, Johanna Tedder. She's got her first two, and the Cougars up by 4 now. Minute and a half left to play in the second quarter. Charisma Osborne across the midcourt stripe. Finds Onion Wedde at the left wing. She's going to put up the three. That one's going to end up dancing and ends up falling off before Horvat comes down with it. Going back up is Horvat. And they're going to call a foul on Bella. Well, they're going to give her a couple of shots here as Bella's going to pick up her first. And Emma Nankervis will come in for Murakatate. Offensive board there for the Bruins. They've now got 4 of those, 15 boards total, but the Cougars also doing their job on the glass. They've out-rebounded the Bruins by a couple here. Horvat to the free throw line, and her first one's on the way and good. Horvat out of Australia. She is a 6'1" redshirt junior. Horvat so far about 7 points per game this season. Pretty good at the line, 75%, and she does connect on them both, and that'll bring the Bruins to within 2. Lauren Miller will check in for Horvat, and she'll check back into the contest. A 2-point Cougar lead here with 75 seconds to play before we reach halftime. Krista Ledger-Walker working against Osborne will bring it into front court before handing off to Charlize Ledger-Walker. She tells some people to depart, then gives it to Tedder at the right wing. Coming over for the screen is Nankervis. Now it goes to Krista Ledger-Walker, out on her, Charisma Osborne. Krista goes down to the baseline, trying to find some space. Not a whole lot yet, and then gets a pass to Tedder. Fall-away shot from 10, and it's well short. Not sure if a Bruin got a hand on it. I don't think they did, but that shot was well short from Tedder. Now the Bruins back with it. Charisma Osborne fakes the three, goes in the lane, puts up a shot, leaves it short herself, and Tedder comes away with the rebound. Cougs in transition. We've got about 7-8 seconds between shot clock and halftime clock. Shot clock down to 20, 28 and change on the game clock here in the second quarter. Cougs by 2, so they can take it down to the final seconds here. And if UCLA hurries, could have a chance to get off one more possession. Motuga with the screen. Charlize Ledger-Walker into the corner. Krista Ledger-Walker, corner 3. Air ball. Motuga down at the rebound. Will force up a shot. Will receive a whistle. Foul called on Corsaro. And with 8.7 remaining, Ula with the good work on the offensive board. Her now 4th. Actually, make it as her 5th rebound. I think it is her 5th. We'll see if that updates or not, but Ula now with the board and now gets a couple of free throws. Ula now into her junior season out of Logan, Australia. 6-foot junior. Is going to toe the stripe. Again, doing a great job on the boards this season for the Cougars. 6.5 rebounds to go along with 8.5 points per game. First free throw off the mark. Started off the season really good at the free throw line, and then I don't want to say shaky, but just not as good as she was early on in the season. Right now, about a 64% free throw shooter at the free throw line. Missed her first one, and now her second one's on the way, and that one's going to be no good as well. Well, let's see what the Bruins do in the final seconds here. Down to 5. Is Charisma Osborne going to penetrate? Tries to get one over there. Nankervis can't, but they're going to call a foul on Emma. And now it will be Charisma Osborne with a chance for a couple. So you miss a couple on your end, and now Osborne a chance to try and connect on a couple, and the clock all the way down to 1.9 remaining. Means you got a chance for a pass, maybe a dribble, and then a heave if you're Washington State. You do have time for the dribble, you just can't take your sweet time doing it. Nina Osborne rattles home the free throw. 2 for 3 for the line now. She's up to 13 points, leading scorer for the Bruins, while Charlize Ledger-Walker has got 15 to pace the way for the Cougars this afternoon. Second free throw's up, and we're tied for the second time. It's 35 apiece. The Bruins will pressure, so we'll just go to halftime. So the 2 free throws from Osborne draws us level through 20 minutes. It was the Cougars who hit the first 3 of the game. Then the Bruins led all the way until we got midway into the second quarter. And now through 20 minutes in Pullman, it's Washington State even with the 5th-ranked team in the country. Washington State 35. It's the Bruins 35. And we'll be back. Well, we do welcome you back. It is, again, Pac-12 basketball, and it is Charlize Ledger-Walker leading the way for the Cougars with 15 points. Charisma Osborne's got 14 for UCLA. Probably not a big surprise, considering they are each of the team's leading scorers, but each of them, again, getting it done today, just like they did when the 2 teams scored off of Pauley earlier this season. All right, so 35 apiece. Starting the third quarter, the Cougars will have it to open up the third quarter, and a quick scan on the court shows that we've got the same starters to start off the second half that we had to start the game. It's Motuga, the Ledger-Walker sisters, Tedder and Murakatate for the Cougars, Cho, Carcero, Miller, Osborne, and Onyenwere for the Bruins. All right, Cougars on offense as Crystal Ledger-Walker has it up top, gets a screen from Bella Murakatate, takes it down to the baseline. Looking to dish, will swing it all the way out to the three-point line. And it's Tedder who passes it off to Charlize Ledger-Walker. Quick move baseline, puts it up with the left hand, it rattles off. And a rebound kicks over to Michaela Onyenwere. She's going to come all the way down court, runs into Bella, and a blocking foul called. Bella will pick up her second. Again, didn't have many fouls on either team in that first half. 5 fouls total against the Bruins in the 20 minutes and only 4 against the Cougars. Bella becomes the first Cougar with 2, and to the line goes Michaela Onyenwere, and she misses her first free throw attempt. Cougs held the last lead. We've only had a couple of lead changes and a couple of ties. Remember, UCLA jumped out to a 9-point lead late first quarter before the Cougs came back to reclaim the lead in the second quarter. Now UCLA with the first point of the third back on top, so that officially becomes our third lead change. Here's a drive in from Crystal to make it Charlize Ledger-Walker, then tried to squeeze a pass in, but there's just too much traffic in there, and it's a turnover, and the Bruins back into front court. They feed it inside to Onyenwere. Turnaround shot from 12 won't go. Bella there to pull down the rebound for Washington State. And now the Cougars back in the front court. Yana Tedder feeds it to Ula on the right side, and she's going to put it up and in. So Tedder with the assist. The Cougars seesaw back in front. It is now a lead to Washington State. Back the other way, Onyenwere missing, and it's going to be a rebound down to Charlize Ledger-Walker, who starts the other way for the Cougars. A little over a minute gone here in our second quarter of action, and the Cougars, again, a 1-point lead. Tedder starts it as she puts it to the deck. Now a little crossover move, puts up a shot, and a foul whistled. And that's going to be the third on Michaela Onyenwere. We mentioned the lack of whistles here in this first half. Tedder with a nice pass to Motuga the last trip down the court. This time took it to the rim and got fouled by Onyenwere, who now has her third. With 8:28 remaining, it is Corey Close going to the bench to bring in Chantel Horvat, not willing to gamble quite yet with those 3 fouls on Michaela. So Tedder to the free throw line as she will shoot 2. 5'8" sophomore out of Estonia connects on the first one. We'll have one more upcoming here. Tedder into the starting 5 for Washington State as she makes both free throws. Tedder averaging a little over 6 points per game, was 3 out of 5 at the line on the season before connecting on both of those. Shot put up by the Bruins, off the mark, no good. Ball volleyed around, and then ultimately the rebound comes down to Charlize Ledger-Walker. Meanwhile, Charisma Osborne laboring to get back up the court. Meanwhile, the pass to Tedder is outside of her reach, and it will be a turnover, giving the ball back over to UCLA. Charisma Osborne ended up on the deck at the end of that play and is still feeling a little bit of it as she slowly walks her way back up the court. Meanwhile, Corsaro bringing it up court. She's got it at the top of the key. Gives it to Miller at the high post. Back out to Osborne. That's going to be an offensive foul. Whistled against the Bruins. An illegal screen against Horvath. That'll be her first. Second against the Bruins. And the Cougars with the ball with 7:57 to play third quarter. Got a couple of free throws from Tedder. They also got a basket from Motuga. They've got 4 points so far here in the second half. You know, just the one free throw from Onion Wade so far in the third quarter for the Bruins. They haven't had a field goal yet. They're 0 for 3 here in the third. Meanwhile, it's going to be a pass out to Tedder. She's going to drive baseline. Tries to pass it to Motuga. A lot of bodies in there and ends up scrambling back to Tedder. Three ball from Crystal Ledger-Walker off the mark. Meanwhile, flying in for the rebound comes Charisma Osborne as she takes it away. Quickly the other way before delivering to Cho for a 17-footer. That's off the mark. And a foul whistled against the Cougars. Collision over on the far side between Tedder and Osborne. They're going to call the foul on Johanna Tedder. So she'll pick up her first. That's now the second on the sophomore from Estonia. And it will be a ball brought in on the baseline by Charisma Osborne with 7:20 left to play here. Third quarter action. Horvath to Cho. Follow-away shot from 12. Going to miss everything. And there for the rebound is Tedder. The Bruins now 0 for 5 to get things started in the quarter. And an extra step taken by Crystal Ledger-Walker. She tried to get the pass to Charlize. When I was watching Crystal, she hesitated on the pass. And I'm not sure whether she didn't think Charlize was ready for it or was too well covered. Then as she tried to trigger the pass to somebody else, was whistled for the travel on the extra step. So turnover gives it right back over to UCLA. Again, Cougs by 3 here. A little slow on both sides offensively to start the third quarter. Cougs have 4 points. The Bruins just the one. A little over 3 minutes to go in. A little over 3 minutes gone by here in the third quarter. Osborne has Crystal Ledger-Walker closing in on her, so they'll put it inside to Cho. Muscles her way between defenders and draws a foul. I think it's going to be Tedder, and it will be. She will be the guilty party. She squeezed between Tedder and Murakatate, so just had to wait on the call. Both Alicia Marie and Charles Gonzalez had it, and then Charles came over to signify the numbers to the scorebook that it was Tedder. Meanwhile, Grace Sorber coming in, Bella making her way out. Bella then asking the coaching staff, was that foul on me? And I think they will reply no, because it wasn't, but nonetheless want to give Bell a little bit of a break here. Meanwhile, Cho hitting the free throw. Again, the only 2 points so far here in the half for the Bruins have come at the foul line. And now all three have come at the free throw line as Cho does make them both, and it's a 1-point game. 39-38. Cho now has 5 points, and the Cougars up by 1 with 6:40 left to play third quarter. Sorber off a screen, drives in, puts up the shot, won't go, but will draw the foul on Charisma Osborne. So the sophomore getting a little bit aggressive on the drive to the hoops. The rest for Onion Wade not long. Again, some coaches, they will be a little more cautious when a player's in foul trouble. The other mindset is, I got to start a player. I'm not going to lose this game with her on the bench. She's going to be out there, and if she happens to pick up 5 fouls before this one's over, so be it. Meanwhile, Grace Sorber connecting on the free throws. The sophomore now with 3 points. Had a couple of free throws as well back in the first half. She studies that rim as she will look up and snaps this one up there. That one's good as well. So Grace Sorber's got 4. The Cougars back up by 3, 41-38. Meanwhile, Osborne around one defender. Tried to pass in the corner, but Crystal Ledger-Walker reading it, got a hand on it and knocked it out of bounds. Crystal, of course, doing a report on the offensive end with double-digit scoring, but I just did not know she, or her sister for that matter, were these good of defenders. All right, Horvath at the head of the key, tried to get it, and there's a kick from Charlize Ledger-Walker. Get the feeling that those Ledger Walker sisters would be good at just about any sport, too. I was thinking of either soccer or maybe even a kick save and hockey on that one. There's the inbounds pass, and getting a hand on that was Krista Ledger Walker. Horvat working with it, delivers it to Osborne. Trying to get it to Onyenwere. Ball is loose, it's on the ground. And we get a timeout from Washington State. Charles Gonzalez was waiting. He wasn't going to give the held ball up that easily. So instead, the Cougars will get a timeout, and they'll save a possession on the arrow. So with that, a timeout will become a media break as well. We've got 6:12 left to play in the third. Cougs looking for an upset in Pullman, up 41-38 on the fifth-ranked team in the country. 12 remaining. The scoring has not been easy for either side in the third half, as it was a lot of scoring in the first half, mainly by Charisma Osborne for UCLA and Charlize Ledger Walker for the Cougars. But the Bruins 0 for 5 so far here in the third quarter. They do have 3 free throws. Meanwhile, the Cougars with 4 free throws, and they're 1 out of 3. They did have a field goal from Ula Matuga and outscored the Bruins 6-3. But that's it in nearly 4 minutes of action here in the third quarter. Good job by Charlize Ledger Walker to pounce on a loose ball. Got a timeout to save a possession on the arrow. Bruins will start with it in the fourth quarter unless we have a jump ball between here and there. But if we do get another jump ball after that, that is when the possession could come into play. So mark that down. Meanwhile, Sarver giving it to Crystal Ledger Walker. Baseline jumper from 12 rattles home. And Crystal Ledger Walker has the second field goal of the quarter for the Cougs. And they've opened up a 5-point lead. It's 43-38. 5:35 left to play here, third quarter action. With the ball is Dodson. Gets it inside to, this time, Onyenwere. And they're going to have a blocking foul called on Washington State. Tedder hit the deck. That's going to be a foul on her. So she now in a little bit of foul trouble herself. Mentioned Onyenwere's got 3. Now Tedder's got 3. They called that foul on the ground, so a common foul. No free throws here. That was the 4th foul of the quarter on the Cougars, so the next one will put the Bruins into the bonus here in the third. As we had not a lot of fouls in the opening half, but a few more here in the third quarter. 3 from Dotson, right wing. Spins off no good. Ula Motuga up to haul down her 5th rebound of the afternoon. Cougs by 5, and the Bruins still 0 from the floor here in the third quarter. Nearly halfway through this third quarter, the Bruins still looking for their first field goal. Sarver finds herself wide open and buries the 3! Grace Sarver has given the Cougars an 8-point lead, 46-38. Now with the ball, Osborne on the other end as we've crossed the midway point of the third quarter. Onyenwere out top, it comes to Dodson. Now to Cho, who has the left-handed dribble. Brings it back over to Osborne, who feeds it inside to Dodson, working against Tedder. Over for help comes Crystal Ledger Walker. The kick out to Cho, fakes a pass, puts one up from the left elbow. And the Bruins finally on the board with the field goal here in the third quarter. Cho able to bury the shot. It's now 46-40, Washington State lead. 4:20 and counting left to play here in Pullman on a Friday afternoon. Sarver strong to the basket, puts up a shot, some contact there, and they're letting them play a little bit here for times with the contact on the shot. Now into the lane goes Osborne. Her shot won't go. Might have been a little contact there as well. And then Tedder tries to make away up court, and this contact will not go uncalled. A heavy hit from Dodson as she'll pick up the foul call. Well, buckle up. We're in for a good one, I think. 4:03 left to play, third quarter. A big 3 from Grace Sarver gave the Cougars an 8-point lead. The Bruins finally got their first field goal from Cho, but it's the Cougs by 6 here in the third quarter. And the Cougs will bring the ball across the timeline as Sherilyn Molina checked in during the timeout. And she now has it to Sarver. Tried to pass it to Motuga. Did have it. Now Ula drives in. Shot put up, and it's off a Bruin and out of bounds in traffic, and it will stay with the Cougars. 3:51 left on the third quarter. Clock 18 left to shoot here for the Cougars. As Sherilyn Molina will trigger it in as she gives the ball a slap to put the play in motion. Now we'll fire it out, but it's intercepted by Cho. Show got her long arms out there ahead to Onion Wade. That ball knocked loose and stolen away by Washington State. Now can they find numbers? Sorber back up quickly in a 3-on-2. Gives it to Sherilyn Molina, but bounced it off of her knee. And now it'll be a jump ball. Not yet, now it is. Well, we told you about the jump ball that was saved by Charlize Ledger-Walker. Now the arrow this time pointing to UCLA, but by getting that timeout, much like in this case, the Bruins could have called the timeout and saved the possession. They did not. Charlize did. So at the very least, the Cougars will have it that one more time to start off the fourth quarter, because we're still here in the third. They would also get it, obviously, if we had another jump ball in the next 3:23. 3 from Osborne off a screen. That's going to go off the back of the rim, no good. And the rebound comes down to Ula Matuga. And kind of stuck here at 46-40 in what's been a little bit of a low-scoring quarter. Here's Krista Ledger-Walker giving it to Charlize Ledger-Walker. Penetrates in, puts up a shot, won't go. Matuga, an offensive rebound, and that one also won't go. Need to get the lid off that basket as the rebound comes down to UCLA. Now Cho dealing it inside to Onion Wade. She puts up a shot, blocked away by Charlize Ledger-Walker. And the Cougars in a 4-on-3. Krista Ledger-Walker's got it. Starts to penetrate in. Now Onion Wade cuts back up. She's grabbing her right elbow. Meanwhile, she'll hand off little Crystal to Sherilyn Molina. Back out top to Sorber with 13 left to shoot. Sorber gonna once again penetrate in. Kicks into the corner to Lynn. Sherilyn, baseline drive. That one does finally jostle inside the cylinder. Well, that one was gonna pop out too, but one last little kick when it fell into the bottom of the cup, and the Cougars lead up by 8. 48-40 Washington State. 2 and change left to play here third quarter. Cho gives it to Miller at the high post. Miller looking, directing, has held that ball for a while, needs to do something with it. Came close to a 5-second closely guarded. Now Osborne takes over, goes in the lane, and found a spot in low where she can put up a shot. She converts. So 16 for Osborne, and the Bruins back on the board. It's now 48-42 Washington State. Up by a half a dozen with 1:40 left to play third quarter. Matuga fakes the 3, kicks out to Krista Ledger-Walker. Over to the screen from Charlize. Now it's going to be Crystal off the screen, looking to create. Can't yet find Sorber, and banging into her goes Lauren Miller, and Sorber will go back to the free throw line. Lauren Miller will pick up the foul. Grace Sorber, the sophomore from Seattle, putting in some awfully good minutes, and I love how aggressive she's being. She already has picked up a total of 7 points, including a 3 and 4 free throws. 2 away from a season high. She had 9 against Eastern earlier this season. Here comes the first free throw. That's up and good. So 8 now for Sorber. Grace had that huge 3 in the last one for the Cougars over a top 10 team against the Wildcats on that memorable day in Pullman. Second free throw from Sorber is good as well. Not only matches a season high, but a career high for Grace Sorber. Again, 9 back in December, right before Christmas, in the non-conference matchup against the Eagles. Cougs back up by 8. It's 50-42, and a trip up between Charisma Osborne and Sherilyn Molina. Now Charisma will head to the stripe after Sherilyn will pick up her second. Again, a few more whistles here in the third quarter as both teams reaching the bonus. We didn't sniff the bonus in the first half. And with 1:20 left to play, it'll be Osborne to the free throw line. Boy, if we were back in the old days and still in the half system, and 7 fouls got you to the bonus and 10 got you to the double bonus, we'd be in for a long 11:20 remaining because of all the free throws we could potentially be shooting. A free throw missed by Osborne, that is something that she doesn't do very often. As a matter of fact, coming in, she was 38 of 45 on the season, but she has missed a couple today. Does hit that one, and she's now 4 for 6 from the line. And it's now 17 for Osborne and a 7-point Cougar lead as we're down to the final 70 seconds of this third quarter. Matuga at the high post, gives it to Tedder at the right wing. She'll start the dribble, Takes it to the foul line, feeds it inside to Bella. Bella with one bounce. That was a pass, I guess. We're going to give her an assist. Why not? Ooh, Matuga bumps it up and in. And the Cougars now by 9. The Bruins led by 9 late first quarter. Now the Cougars up by 9 late in the third. There's a turnover. It'll be Crystal Ledger-Walker coming back up court. And the Cougs look to be the team to go up by double digits. Pass inside to Bella. She goes to work but can't get the shot. Tedder was wide open at the three-point arc, but Bella didn't see her and also thought she was in good scoring range. Well, now the Bruins are going to kind of milk this clock down. 20 left on the shot clock. About 4 or 5 seconds difference here. Just a shade over 5 seconds difference between the shot clock and the third quarter clock. 10 on the shot clock, a little over 15 on the third quarter clock. There's Osborne with it at the free throw line. Down to 4 to shoot, down to 3 to shoot, down to 2, down to 1. Puts up the hanger, does hit the rim, won't go. Rebound to Lauren Miller and a putback. That's a killer for the Cougars. And that's going to take us through 3 periods. We were tied at 35 at halftime. The Cougars now a 7-point lead heading into the final 10 minutes as they outscore the Bruins by a 17-10 count. Grace Sarber, the sophomore off the bench, having a big game. And the Cougs up by 7 with 10 minutes to go in Pullman today. We'll take a break. The fourth quarter, yours when we come back. Venture into quarter number 4. Grace Sarver, some big minutes off the bench for the Cougars today. A huge 3. She's also been perfect at the free throw line. A 6 for 6 performance at the line and 7 of her 9 points in that third quarter. Grace Sarver matching a career high so far with 9. We'll see if she gets her first collegiate double-digit scoring day. All right, the Cougs by 7. They will start with the basketball. Tedder going to fire up the 3. It's off the front of the rim, no good. And the rebound comes down to Horvath. All right, opening minute of the fourth quarter as Cho going to drive in on Tedder, puts up the shot. That one's going to roll around the rim and fall off. Miller again an offensive board, though. Gives it to Onion Wede in traffic. That shot won't go. Gets her own rebound. That shot won't go. Another offensive board, and they clear it back out. Cho fakes the shot from 17, drives in, puts up a shot. Won't go, but a foul whistle. Well, 3 offensive boards there for the Bruins. The first by Miller, the next 2 from Onion Wede. And it's going to give the Bruins a chance at the foul line to try and close the gap as Cho will head to the line. Charlize Ledger-Walker will pick up her first personal. Bruins with that flurry, now almost even with the Cougars. The Cougars have out-rebounded the Bruins. Meanwhile, the Bruins have not been great at the line today as Cho misses the first free throw. That one is going to settle in, so she goes 1 out of 2. Meanwhile, the Bruins as a team, they are 10 out of 16. Actually, 10 out of 16. Well, the Cougs are 8 out of 10. All right, Cougs with it. It'll be Motuga. They look to go inside, and Horvath and Bella Murakatate get tangled up, and Horvath will pick up her second personal. So an early foul on each team here in the first 48 seconds of the fourth quarter. Cougs by 6 as the inbounds pass comes to Bella. She finds Motuga. Gives it to Charlize Ledger-Walker. Charlize turnaround jumper on the way. Won't go, but a foul whistle. Charisma Osborne going to pick up her second personal. And it will send Charlize to the foul line. 15 points for the freshman out of New Zealand. Of course, 5-time honoree already, a freshman player of the week in this conference as her first free throw is up and good. Averaging almost 18 per game, had 15 in the first half. That's her first of the second half, and it's up to 16 points. And now gets ready for her second free throw. Both of them good for the 76% free throw shooter. She now has 17. Cougs by 8, 54-46 as Osborne tries to go the length. It's off the mark, no good. And the Bruins can't save it. It slips through the fingertips of Horvath. Meanwhile, Osborne again down to the deck and also yanking out her jersey. Thinks she needs a break, and she's going to come out. Corsaro's going to come in. We've seen both her and Onion Wede hit the deck hard. This has been a hard-fought game, and we've mentioned, I think they've actually done a pretty good job officiating this game. They're letting them play. They're calling what they need to, but need to be strong. This is a game where they are making you earn your fouls. Here's Crystal Ledger-Walker at the left wing. Gets a screen from Bella. Crystal going to go baseline. Will be pushed out of bounds, but again, they're letting that type of contact go. We just talked about it's been consistent, and she was pushed a little bit, but we've also seen calls like that not be called. Here you have her going to the baseline. Again, just a little bit of a hip check out of bounds, but we've seen that go uncalled really throughout the entire contest so far from this trio of officials. Now Onion Wede with the pass out to Cho, gets it back to Onion Wede. Turnaround shot from 15 won't go. Matuga able to secure the rebound. Ula doing a great job on the glass. She now has 9 boards, and it's 54-46. The Cougars by 8 with 8 1/4 left to play in this fourth quarter. Charlize Ledger-Walker off the Bella screen. Has it at the high post. Gives it to Matuga. Right back to Charlize. She's going to go to work against Horvath. Got around her. Puts up the shot. Won't go. Just a little too strong. And the rebound this time down to Onion Wede. She starts the other way. Runs into traffic, so passes out. Corsaro into the corner to Cho. Back to Onion Wede. She's being guarded by Bella, so sends it to Cho. Back to Onion Wede. 15-foot fall away won't go. And there's the 10th rebound. So a double-digit day on the boards for Ula Matuga. It's an 8-point lead for Washington State. We're down to just over 7.5 minutes to play in our fourth quarter. Crystal Ledger-Walker with it, feeds it to Bella, right back to Crystal. And as she starts to make her way in against Onion Wede and then passes out to Tedder. 8 left to shoot. Looking inside for Bella. Now will fire up a 3. That's going to hit the iron and fall off. And the rebound comes down to, this time, Horvath. And she is going to be whistled for a double dribble. And the call was made by Ula Matuga. She was barking at Tyler Trimble that it was a double dribble. And then on the other side of the court, our referee, a very experienced official that has done some NCAA tournament games, Charles Gonzalez, says, I got to call this, and it was a double dribble. So the turnover gives it back to Washington State with 7 and change to play, and the Cougs up by 8. Crystal Ledger-Walker with it at the head of the key, surveying options. Will come to Charlize over on the left-hand side. She's going to go baseline, comes to a stop, and she gets cut off by Miller and passes back out to Matuga. Charlize for 3 off the edge of the rim, and the rebound to Lindsay Corsaro. Neither team shooting as well as they'd like to here in the second half. Now it's Corsaro with it, looking over options, passes to Miller at the top of the key. Now she'll give it to Cho. Cho guarded by Charlize Ledger-Walker with 12 left to shoot. Comes over to Miller, gets it inside to Onion Wede, working against Crystal Ledger-Walker. There's the double team, and an interception by Johanna Tedder, but she dribbles off her leg coming into front court. So a turnover each way, and the Bruins back with it. Now Corsaro gonna drive in all the way to the hoop, puts up the shot, foul called on Charlize Ledger-Walker. That'll be her second. Well, we told you nothing easy in this quarter. The Cougs are so far 0 for 4. The Bruins are 0 for 5. We played 3 minutes and 43 seconds as Corsaro, the junior out of Indy, will head to the free throw line for a couple of free throws. Both free throws have been the only scoring so far in the quarter. The Cougars have hit 2. That's the second for the Bruins. We've had only 2 points each in this fourth quarter, and we're down to 6:17 remaining in this basketball game. So we played 3 minutes and 43 seconds of the fourth. Meanwhile, in the half, the Bruins are 3 for 18. The Cougars 5 out of 16. So again, the defenses have won the day here in the second half, and right now it's the Cougs by a half a dozen. Crystal Ledger-Walker up top to Charlize Ledger-Walker with 6 and counting. It'll be in the lane. There's a wrap across the wrist by Cho, and that's going to send Charlize Ledger-Walker to the foul line. So Cho will pick up her first, and Charlize will head to the foul line to shoot 2. Happy to have you with us on this Friday. You know, every once in a while, as we approach the end of the work week and you sneak out and catch a matinee, that can be some of the best things. And we've got a pretty special matinee that we've been delivering to you throughout the day. As Charlize Ledger-Walker cashes in on the free throw. She's up to 18 now. And the second free throw also good, so make it a 4 for 4 free throw line performance for Charlize Ledger-Walker, and the Cougar lead is back up to the 8. So an 8-point lead now for the Cougars. Meanwhile, here comes the Bruins back with it. And this will be a drive in by Osborne. Puts up the shot, won't go, gets the rebound, and tries to muscle it back up and in. Will draw another foul. Well, we told you the Cougars have done a pretty good job overall on the boards. They've got 32 compared to 31 for UCLA, but that now the 9th offensive board for the Bruins. And it will send Osborne to the stripe to try and cut into this deficit. Osborne so far 4 of 6 from the foul line, and that free throw's up and good. So with that free throw, she's up now to 18 points on the afternoon. 18 points to go along with 5 rebounds for the star player for the Bruins. And she hits the second one as well. So 6 out of 8 from the line, 19 in the game. And again, the lead 6 for Washington State with 5:35 and counting left to play here in the fourth quarter. Sarver's got it top of the key. Screen from Motuga. Kicks off now to Sherilyn Molina, who lost it. Here comes Cho trying to go the length. There to try and stop her is Sherilyn Molina, but instead a foul and a basket. Boy, that is a killer for Washington State. An unforced turnover on the pass. It was just a pass that Sherilyn couldn't handle. And then as it went through her fingertips, Cho able to go the other way, draw the foul, and she'll head to the line to try and complete the three-point play. Lynn has her second personal foul, and now Cho to the line, but misses the free throw. Onyenwere tries to save it in, but can't. So ball to Washington State. Lead still with the Cougars, but the lead down to 4 now, and a very important trip here for Washington State to try and get on the board with the field goal. They've had some free throws in this quarter, but haven't gotten on the board with the field goal yet. The lead is at 4. Sherilyn Molina has it, and we'll give it to Crystal Ledger-Walker at the top of the key. Wants the screen from Motuga. Gets it. Now down to the baseline. Here we go, Crystal. Looking to find some space. Can't. And we've got a 3 in the key whistled against the Cougars. I think that might have been on Ula as Crystal was trying to create. So we're 3 seconds shy of the midway point in the fourth quarter. And a pair of teams that fought to an overtime in Pauley Pavilion a few weeks ago are coming down to the wire again for the final 5 minutes in Pullman today. Corsaro getting instruction from Corey Close, who tells Regard what she wants to be run here on the half-court set. Corsaro has it out high on the right as Charisma Osborne peeling off a screen. Takes it strong in the basket and puts it up and in. Now an inbounds pass that the Cougars can't handle, and the Bruins have it off the turnover. And a foul whistled as Onyenwere going to this hoop strong. Foul called against Ula Motuga. That is going to be the first on Ula. And as we depart with 4:36 left to play in the fourth quarter, the Cougs still have the lead, but it's down to only 2, and when we come back, the Bruins will head to the free throw line to try and tie it here in Pullman this afternoon. But for now, we'll take a break and then come back with the final 4:36 for you. Pullman, Washington this afternoon. The Washington State University Cougars a 2-point lead over UCLA. The Bruins will head to the free throw line. The Bruins on a 6-0 run over the last 68 seconds, and the Cougars with 3 big turnovers to help the Bruins in that run. With those 3 turnovers, the Cougars now have 16 today. 9 for UCLA, and that has been what has made up for a poor shooting day for the Bruins, just 35% from the floor. Well, the Cougars are 41% shooting from the floor. Onyenwere to the free throw line. 2 free throws out of the timeout. Her first one's up and good. She missed 2 free throws earlier today, but now is able to knock that one down. Actually, she went 1 out of 2 the last time she was at the line and makes them both this time. So Onyenwere up to 13 points, and we are tied for the 3rd time this afternoon. It's 56 apiece with 4.5 to go here in Pullman. Sherilyn Molina's got it now between the circles. Gives it to Charlize Ledger-Walker. Inside it goes to Ula Motuga. She'll drive in. Oh, a nice little squirt around the defender to put it up and in. Ula's got a half a dozen, and the Cougars get their first field goal of the fourth quarter. It's now 58-56. The Cougars were 0 for 4 before that bucket in the fourth quarter. Now Corsaro with it, looking to pass off. Can't find a whole lot. Finally hands to Osborne. Comes back to Corsaro, and her three grazes the net, but never caught iron. Back out it comes to the right-hand side to Corsaro with 5 left to shoot. The 3 in the corners on the way, and that one rattles home for Dodson, her second 3 of the contest. So for the first time since early in this game, late second quarter, that the Bruins have got a lead. It's now 59-58 with 3.5 left to play in the fourth quarter. Charlize Ledger-Walker with it for Washington State, out high on the right. Here comes the screen from Crystal Ledger-Walker. Now instead she'll vacate. Working against Onion Wade goes Charlize. Tries to bounce it inside, but it's knocked away by the Bruins. Now UCLA gonna try and get something in transition. Onion Wade coming through as a trailer, but they don't find her. Now a travel whistle against Dodson. We'll get into that stage. Remember, the Cougars played not only 3 overtimes, but a double overtime in what was a 5-game stretch. And one of those overtime games against the Bruins. So I guess we better start saying 3:05 left in regulation in Pullman. 59-58, UCLA by a point. Sherilyn Molina's got it out high on the right. She'll give it to Charlize Ledger-Walker at the head of the key, working against Osborne. Puts up the shot. That will glance off the rim, no good, but a foul on Charisma Osborne, her third. Well, Osborne and Onion Wade, the 2 stars for the Bruins, with 3 fouls apiece. Ketter's got 3 for the Cougars. That's the biggest foul trouble on either side. Meanwhile, Horvath checks out and Bessois checks in. And now Charlize Ledger-Walker to the free throw line, and that free throw's up and good. So tied for the 4th time this afternoon. It's 59 apiece. This one to try and give the Cougars the lead back, but it's in and out. Ball is loose, and Miller comes away with the rebound. So all level at 59 with 2:44 left to play in the fourth quarter. Bessois got it at the left wing. Actually, check that. That's Dodson. Now they go inside to Cho. She's going to put up a shot that rattles home. So Cho quietly putting together a good game. She's got a dozen. And it's the Bruins by 2, 61-59. Now with it is going to be Crystal Ledger-Walker. Ball squirts out of her hands. It is loose. The Cougars with it, and it's now going to be a held ball. And the possession arrow goes to UCLA. So the possession this time going to the Bruins. Corey Close, I think, maybe thinking that there was a foul in there, maybe thinking there was a timeout, but the official saying no on both of those. It was indeed a jump ball. So on the held ball, it goes to the Bruins. If we get another one, it will go Washington State's way. Cougs have committed 5 fouls. The Bruins will be into the bonus from this point forward. The Bruins themselves have committed 4 fouls, so the Cougs will be in the bonus the rest of the way. All right, 2 minutes left. There to try and get a steal is Sherilyn Molina, but can't quite get to it. Show now with it. We've got a timeout taken by UCLA. So a minute 58 left to play in Pullman as Corey Close will call a timeout. Both teams heading to their respective benches. It's just a 30-second timeout. So we're going to keep things right here. Again, we've already kind of given you a game reset. UCLA 61, Washington State 59. 5 fouls on the Cougars in the quarter, so the Bruins already into the bonus. And again, the Cougars into the bonus with the next Bruin foul. If we have a jump ball, it goes to Washington State. Corey Close just used her second timeout. She's got 2 remaining. Cammie Etheridge has 3 left. Minute 58 left to play here in Pullman. The Bruins ranked 5th in the country in a 5-game winning streak. Of course, the Cougars, back in early January, the upset of a top 10 team in Arizona, ranked 7th in the country. Trying for their biggest upset when it comes to rankings in school history. They've never beaten a team in the top 5 in the AP poll. Arizona, we mentioned, was 7th. All right, with it is Osborne has to launch a three with the shot clock all the way down, and it's an air ball. And the Cougars get it done on the defensive end of the court. Minute 46 left to play here, and the Cougars with it down by 2, looking for a good possession. Ball in the hands of Charlize Ledger-Walker. That's a good place to start. Has it at the three-point arc. Now moving out will go Ula. Charlize takes it to the free throw line. Working against Mill. Will draw the foul and will head to the line. Again, with her handle, she can do so many things because she's a triple threat in the paint. She can, A, create for herself either with a little quick move to the hoop. She's got a fine mid-range jumper if she wants to pull up, but she's also got the ability to pass and find teammates as well. Just a do-everything package for this young player, the freshman out of New Zealand, who's trying to take this Cougar program to new heights. Just made 2 clutch free throws to tie us for the 5th time this afternoon. It's 61 apiece with 85 seconds to play in Pullman. Corsaro across the timeline. Now it goes to Cho between the circles. Cougars on the defensive end trying to get another stop. Corsaro gets it inside to Onyenwade. That one's up and good. She got it around Ula Motuga. Onyenwade up to 16, and the Bruins back to a 2-point lead with a minute 2 remaining. Now 60 seconds left in Pullman. Charlize Ledger-Walker, an explosion to the rim. Tried to draw another foul, but they wouldn't give it against Dotson, but the ball loose, and the Cougars come up with the loose change on the turnover. And now a timeout taken by Cammie Etheridge. It'll be another 30-second timeout. Again, Cammie had 3 remaining, now has 2 left, while Corey Close still has her 2 timeouts remaining. These 2 teams all the way to overtime in Westwood. They played back on what was January the 17th. The Bruins won that day 68-66 in overtime. The Bruins a 2-point lead here with 49.3 seconds remaining. Certainly if you're the Cougars, I think you're going to want to get this shot off before you get down underneath a half a minute, because then you get your 2 for 1. Corey Close, of course, her team already with a huge win over Stanford this season. She's in her 10th season at Westwood. 4 straight trips to the Sweet 16 as they've had some great success in LA over the last few years. All right, the Cougars off the inbounds pass. With it's Krista Ledger-Walker. She'll give it to Charlize Ledger-Walker. She'll put up the 3. Got it! Charlize Ledger-Walker with the triple, and the Cougars have taken the lead. 64-63, and a timeout taken by Corey Close. Not only does she get the shot off for the 2 for 1, but she buries the 3, and Charlize Ledger-Walker has just given the Cougars the lead. Charlize Ledger-Walker, you are tremendously tremendous. And the Cougars are up by a point. 36.2 remaining. That's not quite enough of a closeout by Lauren Miller on that shot. 4 triples for Charlize Ledger-Walker. She now has 25 in the contest. The Bruins have the lead. They're down to 1 timeout left. The Cougars have a couple of timeouts left. Again, for the Cougars, they will get another possession as long as they can either A, get a stop. I mean, obviously it could have, the Bruins make a basket as well, but you also have to make sure you box out if you're the Cougars as well. Inbounds pass will come to Charisma Osborne. There's about 10, 11 seconds difference between the shot clock and the game clock. 18 left on the shot clock. Down to 15 on the shot clock, 25 left in the game. Onyenwade against Charlize Ledger-Walker. Back out it comes to Corsaro. Down to 7 to shoot. Onyenwade again against Charlize Ledger-Walker. Runs into a double team, forces up a shot. It won't go. Rebound to Washington State. Timeout taken by the Cougars with 11.1 seconds remaining. Corey Close talking to the officials, begging for a foul, but I thought that was pretty good defense, especially in this game where they've let a lot of contact go. The Bruins just didn't get anything going quick enough in the shot clock to get a good look. And the Cougars and Charlize Ledger-Walker on Onyenwere defensively, shuffled over. Then the triple team. And again, maybe a little bit of contact, but certainly nothing that we've seen throughout the day that hasn't drawn a whistle. So I think pretty well consistently called throughout the 40 minutes so far from the officials. Now, the one thing to keep in mind here with 11.1 remaining is that the Bruins still have a timeout left. And even with the foul and 2 made free throws by the Cougars, it will still be a one-possession game. But the Cougars with it up by a point. Inbounds pass from Sarver to Charlize Ledger-Walker, and she'll be fouled by Osborne. You've heard me talk about this before. If you're going to foul immediately, I'm not sure why you have Osborne doing it. You needed somebody else to pick up that foul because she's now playing with 4. And now it'll be Charlize Ledger-Walker to the free throw line. 25 points as she has gone 7 out of 15 from the floor. The Cardinals were able to put the clamps on Charlize Ledger-Walker, but the Bruins have not today. And she sinks the free throw to make it a 2-point game. You would think a timeout from Corey Close to come after this free throw. The free throw's up and good, and there is the timeout. So 2 more huge clutch free throws from Charlize Ledger-Walker. What has she done in the last few minutes? Oh, not much. Buried a 3, got a defensive stop, and then hits 2 clutch free throws with her team trying to pull off an upset over the 5th-ranked team in the country. She now has, for the Cougars, 27 points today. She's also 9 out of 10 from the free throw line and a perfect 4 for 4 down the stretch with clutch free throws. She is once again knocking on the door of a 30-point game. Twice this season, she's gotten to 29. She's 2 points shy. The Cougars can hold on for the next 9.9 seconds. I'm fine with waiting for another day for her 30-point performance, as the Cougars need 1 more defensive stop. Any thought process here, if you're Cami Etheridge, to foul and send UCLA to the free throw line? Don't let them shoot a 3. You do risk a couple of things on that. 1, UCLA is a good offensive rebounding team. Remember, it was the Cougars off a offensive rebound and a putback by Krista Ledger-Walker that forced overtime in Westwood. Meanwhile, will the Cougars play it straight? They're going to inbound. Charisma Osborne, you would think, has to be a part of this. Corsaro trying to get it to her. She's being denied the basketball, and it will come instead. This time to Dotson, who will fire up the 3, and it's off the mark, no good. Rebound to Washington State. Foul called. 3.9 seconds remaining, and the Cougars heading to the free throw line. Meanwhile, Charlize Ledger-Walker taking some time to get up as she's down on the ground. Meanwhile, over to look at her as her teammates, and now she's going to be helped up to her feet. She takes a deep breath, and I think all the Cougar Nation taking a deep breath as she gets up on her feet and is moving up the court for some free throws. Well, the foul called on Charisma Osborne. She is fouled out. And the Cougars are a free throw away from making this a 2-possession game and sealing the deal against the Bruins. Even with 2 missed free throws, the Bruins would have to go the length of the court in 3.9. First free throw up, and that one is good. Of course it is. Charlize Ledger-Walker becoming one of the clutch, not only freshmen in this conference, but one of the clutch players, period, in this conference. Make it 28. She does miss the second free throw. Don't foul if you're the Cougars. There's an interception. It is over. Another upset in Beasley. And the Cougars, for the first time in program history, have knocked off a top 5 team. It was 7th-ranked Arizona earlier. Now it's number 5 today in the AP poll, number 4 in the coaches poll, and the Cougs get it done against the Bruins this afternoon. Your final, Washington State 67, the 5th-ranked Bruins in the AP poll, 4th in the coaches poll, 63, and the Cougars put a big one on that side of the resume to being one of the teams to dance and march. We'll take a break. This is Cougar Women's Basketball from Learfield IMG College.